Peanut the squirrel was taken from his residence. And let's just say it didn't have there's no good ending to this story. Let's get into this. What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Ladies and gentlemen, there might be some other news in the, floating around. I don't know. Maybe there's some other topics going on today, but there is nothing more important and more on the precipice of what is wrong in this entire world. First of all, you do not cross a line. You do not come between a man or a woman, either one, and their squirrel. Let me just put this in perspective, folks. So this first of all, put this in. The guy, him and his wife, they have a animal sanctuary. Okay, they rescued a squirrel 7 years ago. This is like a famous squirrel, apparently, right? Peanut the squirrel. Who doesn't love a cute squirrel, for crying out loud, right? This squirrel's jumping around, doing tricks, eating peanut butter, all this stuff, right? Viral sensation. I never heard of Peanut the squirrel, but I am affected now. But here's the other thing. Listen, let me just get to this, right? So they have the resources, and a judge signed off on this, a DA signed off on this. They got the sheriffs involved. They had multiple, first of all, listen, I'm a pro-law enforcement, especially if you're in New York, this law enforcement, all right? I'm pro-law enforcement. There should be more police. Please. And we should have to be, I wish they would follow the rules of like Thailand or, Abu Dhabi or whatever the hell. Please. Get rid of all these knuckleheads. Let people walk around, do what they need to do. Don't take any nonsense. I'm all for it. You go on you lead a police on a chase? How about you do 5 years? I bet you never do that again. Act up on a plane, 5 years. How about that? How about a year? You'll see none of this nonsense. It'll all go away tomorrow. That's okay. Let me get on a rant. Let's get into this Peanut situation. This is off Chris Cuomo talking to this guy, Longo, right? Cuomo, Longo, and then we got Peanut the squirrel. R.I.P. Peanut. Listen, this is what happened.
They have just observed the squirrel and the raccoon.
I'm going to flip. And not only that, they're like, well, so let me get this straight. So they have the people, they're coming in to take the squirrel. And then the people that took the squirrel. So you're telling me these people came in to take a wild, it's so wild. The guy doesn't have 3 gorillas in his one apartment. You know what I mean? His 1-bedroom apartment, his studio your neighbors are saying that your gorilla goes and gets your mail. It could be a little bit dangerous. The guy's got a 1-pound squirrel on his, farm or whatever he's got here, his land. We have you've got reports on a squirrel. Who even signed off on this? Who's the idiot that signed off on this? Oh, it's a wild ad. A squirrel? A squirrel. This is what is going on. Meanwhile, how many robberies, assaults, and other altercations did all of these law enforcements have to pass just to get, you know what? Let me just show you this video, okay? I'm going to lose it.
And said, well, they don't look rabid. And who told them that they might be rabid?
The guy's had it for 7 years. Don't you think it would have been foaming at the mouth or going absolutely apeshit by now?
Sir, there's a quarantine period that is supposed to be happening. We did not hear from the DEC. We didn't even get a statement from the DEC. We heard it from another news station that they killed Peanut.
Now, the other thing is this. Conspiracy theory this. Was Peanut a operative? Was he an operative, a secret agent, a Russian plant? Was Peanut a Russian plant sent over here to convince people? That's another theory. Was he on a watch list? Was Peanut on a watch list? Was Peanut involved in an underground fight club situation that nobody's talking about?
Since they left my house, not a single DEC employee or state official even called me to tell me what happened. They came into my house. They even asked my wife for immigration status. They asked me if I had cameras in my house. They got local sheriffs to approve this. The DA approved this. They had a criminal judge sign a search warrant to come and take these animals.
Do you believe the waste of resources and time to do this. Listen, first of all, folks, there's a little injured baby squirrel or something in your backyard, and you're like, you know what, you take care of it or whatever. So you're going to tell me, and by the way, there's another report that supposedly this guy needed a permit. A fucking permit for a rescue squirrel that he's already had for 7 years. What the hell is going on in this world? What in the holy hell is going on in this world? This is where we're at. I can't even believe. I'm surprised that the law enforcement even went out to go check on this. I'm sorry. You know what? If you get your car stolen, they'll be over in 2 weeks to fill out a report. Okay, they could care less. You're gonna tell me that all of a sudden, let's get SWAT out. Who's got our six? Let's get all the agencies involved. Maybe we should do a helicopter. Maybe we should go in at 4 a.m. and do a tactical raid like this squirrel is involved in the P. Diddy situation. This is absolutely batshit bananas. This is what's going on in the world? All of this nonsense is going on everywhere, all over the place. Shit is out of control. Meanwhile, this is what they're focused on? A squirrel that the guy already owns is 7 years and he has an animal sanctuary. Make this make sense. You know what? And here's another theory. Maybe they just said they euthanized poor Peanut. Maybe now you're going to see some other Instagram. Maybe somebody wanted this for their own purposes. Maybe now Peanut is going to be part of an underground squirrel fight club. That could be number one. Number two, maybe you're going to see all of a sudden you're going to see a new Instagram person show up. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden their squirrel is all trained and everything. They're going to call it Walnut or something. And then the next thing you know, that person will be a viral sensation. And meanwhile, it is not Walnut. It's actually Peanut, and nobody knows the difference. I know the difference. R.I.P. Peanut. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you guys are all doing beautiful. Hope you have a wonderful day. Who loves you, baby?
Who loves you, baby? You're beautiful.